Viewers, the stage is set for the introduction of the Waqf Amendment Bill in Parliament, which proposes to bring the much-needed reforms in the Waqf Act of 1995. Currently, under this act, the board has sweeping powers to claim any property in any part of the country in the name of charity. However, there have been several instances of misuse of these powers. There are properties which have claims and then have counter-claims by the Waqf board and individual owners of the properties. Now, while the government, through this bill, wants to make the verification process of these properties mandatory, the All India Muslim Personal Law Board and several leaders in opposition have been saying that this is yet another attempt to usurp the land that belongs to Waqf boards. It's another attempt by the BJP, they say, to target a specific community. So here at Times Now, we decided to do a quick reality check. My colleague Akanksha filed this report from Mathura, where the Waqf board claims that the land of the Shahi Idgah belongs to them. However, RTI filed by Hindu side has debunked this claim of the Waqf board.
Well, the Modi government is all set to amend the Waqf Act to keep a close check on the Waqf board, and one such example of unfettered power of Waqf is that of the Krishan Janam Bhoomi case. Now, here in the Sunni Central Waqf Board claims that the 2.5 acres of the Shahi Idgah Mosque comes under them, and hence they became the party to this case. And this is something that the Hindu side has countered time and again in the court. But this time they have one RTI reply that has been that they have received, in fact, from the Survey Commissioner of Waqf. No property is registered on the name of Sunni Central Waqf Board, and also their claim that the 2.5 acre of the Shahi Idgah Mosque comes under them has absolutely no backing. And this is what the Hindu side also told the court, that the Sunni Waqf Board has no document or any sort of proof to in fact back this claim of theirs, and they should be removed as the party in the crucial Krishan Janam Bhoomi case. They also went on to say that this has become a nature of the Waqf Board, alluding to the Sunni Central Waqf Board, that they encroach upon the properties and then they claim them as the Waqf asset, something that the Modi government is going to amend soon. आपने ये RTI एक फाइल की थी, इसमें क्या आपकी तरफ से प्रश्न था और क्या कुछ एक इसमें आंसर आया?
देखिए, श्री कृष्ण जन्मभूमि के मामले में जो 13.37 एकड़ जमीन है, लगभग 2.5 एकड़ में ईदगाह बनी हुई है, और ईदगाह को जो 2.5 एकड़ की जमीन है उसको ये बार बार क्लेम करते हैं और कहते हैं कि ये प्रॉपर्टी शाही ईदगाह पक्ष की है, सुन्नी वक्फ बोर्ड की है। तो इसी को लेकर के हमने एक पत्र उनको RTI मांगी थी। तो इस पत्र के द्वारा बिल्कुल क्लियर कर दिया गया कि ये प्रॉपर्टी शाही ईदगाह मस्जिद डी गेट मथुरा की वक्फ में रजिस्टर्ड नहीं है। मैं कहूंगा कि वक्फ बोर्ड एक भस्मासुर है, ये पूरे देश की प्रॉपर्टी को निकल गया। 8.7 लाख हेक्टेयर जमीन इनके पास है, जो सैन्य बल के और रेलवे के बाद तीसरे नंबर पे इनके पास प्रॉपर्टी है। जो प्रॉपर्टीज हैं इस तरह से जो कैप्चर की गई हैं, इनका पूरी जांच हो, पूरी पता होना चाहिए। अभी हम इस पत्र को 12 अगस्त को हाई कोर्ट में सुनवाई है, 12 अगस्त को हम इसे रखेंगे कोर्ट में, और हम कहेंगे कि सुन्नी वक्फ बोर्ड का इस प्रॉपर्टी से कोई कंसर्न नहीं है, तो लिहाजा वो इसमें क्यों इंटरफियर कर रहा है।
And the Madhya Pradesh High Court has set aside an order of the State Waqf Board claiming ownership of some of the prominent historical monuments in Burhanpur district. Back in 2013, the Madhya Pradesh Waqf Board had declared the tomb of Shah Shuja, the tomb of Nadir Shah, Bibi Sahib's Masjid and a palace situated in front of Burhanpur as its property. Today, the verdict has been delivered on a challenge to this move by the ASI. The court has agreed with ASI's argument that it was protecting these monuments and they were properties of the central government. All of these, they say, fall under the Ancient Monuments Preservation Act. On July 26th, a single bench of Justice J.S. Ahluwalia had said in a court, the CEO of the MP Waqf Board has committed a material illegality by directing the petitioner to vacate the same and set the order aside.
आर्गूमेंट के दौरान J.S. ahluwalia साहब ने कुछ टिप्पणियां भी की, क्योंकि वो रिकॉर्ड में नहीं है, ऑर्डर में नहीं है, पर उन्होंने मौखिक रूप से ये टिप्पणी की थी कि इस तरह से चलता रहा तो ताजमहल और लाल किला को भी वक्फ की प्रॉपर्टी डिक्लेयर करा देंगे आप लोग। जो रिस्पोंडेंट के वकील थे उनको ये बोला टिप्पणी इन्होंने
Let's quickly get an update from Govind. Govind, very, very scathing observations. They're not part of the final order, but some scathing observations coming in from that bench that at this rate, the Taj Mahal, the Lal Killa, any official building, and even the whole of India can be declared a Waqf property. So those observations were very scathing there, coming in from the High Court bench, no less.
Yeah, Madhav, absolutely. These observations are quite interesting. You know that in the Jabalpur High Court has given instructions and not only scolded, in fact, to the legal advisors of Waqf board, but also cancelled all the possession of 10 acres land of Burhanpur property, asking that what all the rights and what all the provision were there over on those provision. You just possess this land of archaeological ASI, in fact. So now this decision is being discussed all across the state, and Ahluwalia, Justice Ahluwalia, Honorable Justice Ahluwalia or High Court Jabalpur, his reaction that in this way you can go freely anywhere and possess on any land, whether it's Lal Killa or Taj Mahal. So definitely this kind of reaction of Justice Ahluwalia is
well, certainly sparked a lot of commentary on social media as well. Govind, thanks so much for joining us with that quick update. Let's quickly take this across now to our guest. Joining us with us is Radhika Kheda, spokesperson of the BJP. Vinay Singh, author, is with us. With us also is Dr. Nikul Patel, leader of the Congress party. But I want to go first and foremost to Advocate Adil Hasan, spokesperson of AIMIM. Adil Hasan, very, very scathing observations. Finally, not part of the order. But the question is pertinent, is it not? Because, you know, without looking into the precedent, without looking into the antecedent, how is it that just this one section 5, if I'm not mistaken, can be used in this manner to declare any property as a property of the Waqf board? कल को आप ताज महल, आप लाल किला, किसी सरकारी बिल्डिंग या पूरे भारत को भी वक्फ प्रॉपर्टी डिक्लेयर कर सकते हैं? ये सवाल उठ रहा है, बेंच के तरफ से उठ रहा है, हाई कोर्ट के।
मैं अगर ये बेंच सवाल उठ रहा है तो बेंच तो ऑब्जर्वेशन देती है, बेंच को ऑर्डर में लिखना चाहिए था। बहुत बार नरेंद्र मोदी सरकार पे बेंच ने बहुत सवाल किया है, अमित शाह को इसी बेंच ने तड़ीपार किया था, तब तो कुछ नहीं था, बेंच ने ऑर्डर पे नहीं लिखा था, मीडिया ने तड़ीपार उनको कहा था, चलाया था।
मुद्दे की बात पे आइए सर, सवाल वक्फ बोर्ड के पावर्स पे है, आप उस पे बात करिए ना प्लीज, उस पे जवाब दीजिए।
माधव साहब इतना डरिए मत, अमित शाह जी
डरने की बात नहीं है, बस सब्जेक्ट ऑफ डिस्कशन है, क्योंकि ये कल को आपके लीडर के बारे में ये कुछ और कहेंगे, बीजेपी के प्रवक्ता, आप भी भड़क जाएंगे। आई वांट द सब्जेक्ट, इट्स अ सीरियस इशू, देयर इज एन अमेंडमेंट इन पार्लियामेंट, लेट्स डिस्कस दैट, लेट्स डिस्कस वक्फ प्लीज।
वक्फ बोर्ड जो है वो सरकार के अधीन है, सीईओ जो है वो सरकार के अधीन है, चेयरमैन और कमेटी का मेंबर वो सरकार नुमाइंदा उसको बनाती है, वोटिंग से होता है, बाजाप्ते संवैधानिक अधिकार है। अकबर ओवैसी साहब ने असेंबली में एसआईटी बनाने कहा था कि जितनी भी मेरे वक्फ की प्रॉपर्टी है उसके इंक्रोचमेंट हटाइए। बैरिस्टर असदुद्दीन ओवैसी साहब ने पूरा एक्सप्लेन कर दिया है कि जबरदस्ती जहां पे बीजेपी की सरकार रहेगी, क्योंकि उनका कमिश्नर, सर्वे कमिश्नर उनका रहेगा, उनके लोग रहेंगे तो उस पर डिस्प्यूट पैदा करेंगे। आप मेरे जितनी भी प्रॉपर्टी है उसका इंक्रोचमेंट हटा दीजिए, और आप मुझे कुछ देना नहीं चाहते, आप हर जगह क्यों फितना फैलाते हैं, हर जगह लड़ाई क्यों कराते हैं? हज कमेटी में भ्रष्टाचार है, 8 साल से सीईओ नहीं बना है, उस पर कुछ नहीं बोलेंगे। मोतिहारी सेंट्रल यूनिवर्सिटी में उर्दू नहीं है, संस्कृत को ला दिया गया है, उर्दू का डिपार्टमेंट नहीं बनाया गया, उस पर मोदी सरकार कुछ नहीं बोलेगी। लेकिन जहां पर सब कुछ अच्छे से चल रहा था और मेरी इंक्रोच प्रॉपर्टी है, उस पर आप कुछ नहीं बोलिएगा, वो मेरी प्रॉपर्टी को वापस दे दीजिए। वो मेरे
ऐसा है आदिल हुसैन जी, कई सारी एक्चुअली प्रॉपर्टीज हैं, कई सारी ऐसी भी प्रॉपर्टीज हैं जहां पे बहुत सीरियस ऑब्जेक्शंस है प्रॉपर्टी के ओरिजिनल ओनर्स को लेके। कुछ केसेस है तमिलनाडु से लेके मथुरा तक, जहां सर्टेन, एक सेकंड बात सुन लीजिए आदिल Hasan ji, there are serious questions because there are other claimants of the property who say that this law has not been implemented properly. Let me bring in Radhika Kheda. Radhika Kheda, our properties are being encroached upon, says Adil Hasan. It's an injustice. It's not being properly implemented is something that the government has to take responsibility for. Respond to Adil Hasan, please.
It's absurd that a religion which is about 1400 years old is claiming that they own a more than 1500-year-old temple, the Chandrasekhar Swami temple land in Tamil Nadu. It's absurd. Then they go on to claim that Taj Mahal is there. They go on to claim that Somnath Mandir is there. Every property belongs to them. And as the Honorable Court has also said the same thing, that tomorrow they will come and say that Madhavan ji, your property is also our property, and you will be roaming around with papers trying to prove, no, it is not your property, it is not the Waqf Board property. The land grabbing has to stop. There has to be specific rules. And this has not been bought by us. It was properly done in consultation with the Muslim community, leaders of the Muslim community. A Sachar committee was made. The Sachar committee ki recommendations ke upar this was done. Then the 9th JPC committee again. So we've not got it overnight, or it's just being pushed by the Bharatiya Janata Party or the Modi ji government. It has been done after proper consultation, proper committees, and everything has been done. You can't just go and say that entire India is yours. कि भैया ये property हमारे को अच्छी लगती है. Somnath Mandir cannot be your property. I'm sorry. Everything is not yours. Like I said, a religion which is only 1400 years old is claiming that we own the property of.
Let me bring in Dr. Nikul
And they're
Patel.
not.
Yeah, Dr. Nikul Patel, there are a number of, reports that have been there to show that, in terms of the verification of the claims, that has to be done officially. The government says if everything is in order in terms of ownership, then why would you have a problem with the verification clause? Dr. Patel.
Yeah. Anybody in our country, if they are claiming that that is their land, definitely there is a law, there is a court, and our land revenue records are very good, I think. And all DMs and all collectors are having that 7 bar 8 hak patrak, claiming that who is the owner of the land. Nobody can claim the land and say that this is my land. Now, when related to the Waqf board,
No, but that has happened in the Madhya Pradesh case, sir. The ASI is saying this is our property, which is now being made into Waqf property, which the court has upheld. ASI's claim.
Definitely,
So if it can happen to
definitely,
ASI,
good.
what about, and
That
the
is
government
good
of
part
India
of
is the
the court.
custodian and owner, what about a private citizen?
So definitely anybody who is finding that they are not getting their rights, they have due right to go to the court, and the court is upholding the decision. Now when it comes to the Waqf board, the first time it comes into existence during the British rule in 1923, and any amendment can be brought by the present government. There is no objection in it. 1954, that is after independence, the Waqf Act had come, and there is a statutory body under council, that is Ministry of Minority Affairs. So now when it comes to 1995 Act, and now government feels that they want to amend the Act, they can come with their amendment to the floor of the Parliament, and that will be discussed. And those representatives and those citizens who feels that there is to be taken care of, then they can go to their respective representatives and bring that into the discussion on the floor of the Parliament. But
Okay, many hands going up. I want Binay Singh to come in on the
go
point.
for
Binay Singh,
amendment.
opposition repeatedly raising the question, and you hear Adil Hussain speaking. He's also saying the same thing. He's saying that this is all being done to target one particular community only.
Look at the mindset, Madhav. When Adil was speaking, he was referring to his party chief Asaduddin Owaisi. He was referring him as the barrister and Sahab. When he was referring about the home minister of this country, he was telling him Talipar. Look at the mindset. His political leaders, Asaduddin and Akbaruddin, they are political ropers taking side of terrorists.
No, let's not.
And
Let's not.
he's
One
telling
second.
them
I requested him
Sahab
also to
and
keep the language civil. Let's not start attacking each other's leaders. It's my sincere request. Because that takes away from the seriousness of this debate. My request to you, Mr. Binay Singh.
And that also he is writing advocate in his name. How can he call Talipar of a sitting HM of this country? It should not be allowed. And this is the mindset. And this Waqf Board Act is a product of that mindset. This is not your ancestral property. This is not your ancestral property. This is a country. And there is a democracy and there is a constitution in that. One day you are claiming a village. You are claiming some temple. The whole village they claimed in Tamil Nadu. They claimed the Marriott Hotel in Delhi. You can claim anything and nobody is going to stop you. There is a law in place. And if there is not a law in place, there must be a law in place so that the amendment is required. And you must learn to live with the fact that this is a constitution, there is a constitution in this country and this is a democracy. This is not an Islamic republic like Pakistan that you can make any law and nobody is going to object to that. And be very cautious, Mr. Adil, when you are referring to the Home Minister of this country, when you are referring to the Prime Minister of this country. You cannot use that kind of slurs.
All right. All right. Let me leave it there. Let's leave it there. I don't want to take this debate down that road. Certainly, it's a very, very important law. There are very important aspects of law that have to be considered. Parliament is in all likelihood going to debate this later this week. But let's leave it there for the moment. Radhika Khera, Binay Singh, Nikul Patel, Adil Hussain, thanks so much for joining us this evening.